Hello and welcome to my subscribers and also visitors to this channel. I'm going to talk about Lucifer in this recording. Working with Lucifer can be very useful in any kind of esoteric spiritual practice that involves witchcraft and also in the process of ascension. I'm going to give some background about Lucifer, and I'll also touch on what I have observed in my practice with Lucifer. So let's get started. The background on Lucifer is very diverse. If you do a Google search, you'll see that Lucifer is a Latin name for the planet Venus, particularly in the morning, and is related to the Greek name Phosphoros, which translates into dawn bringer. Later on, the Latin name is connected with certain passages in the Bible, and so Lucifer has been associated with the adversary in the Bible over time. Roman folklore claims that Lucifer is the son of Aurora. Aurora is said to be connected with other goddesses of the dawn, including the Greek goddess Eos. Some believe Lucifer to be the same as Amun-Ra, an ancient god of Egypt. Others believe that Lucifer is connected with Lord Shiva and believe them to be one and the same. Some spiritualists associate Lucifer with a Maimon and say that Lucifer and a Maimon together form a greater unit. Other modern spiritualists work with Lucifer as a fallen angel or the first fallen angel. But overall, Lucifer is linked with the planet Venus, by and large, and his direction is considered to be east. His element air, and he's considered a dark lord or a high prince, and some refer to Lucifer as a king. There's many theories and postulations on the origin of Lucifer, and so it would be challenging to come to a fully accurate, and sure conclusion about who Lucifer is. So it is best to build your own relationship with Lucifer if you so choose, and to come to your own conclusions. Lucifer is a very good energy and spirit to start with if you're embarking on a spiritual ascent, if you're learning witchcraft, as a spiritual practitioner, or if you just are interested in learning about the different aspects of the psyche, the human psyche, the other aspects that may not be as praised. So, of course, it's a personal choice. Not everyone will desire to work with Lucifer, but I have learned a few things that I'll talk about here. Now, when I first started delving into the occult, into witchcraft, I was at somewhat of a low point, and many spiritualists would say something similar, because it does take some kind of guts or courage to, step out of the comfort zone and start to work with spirits, especially spirits who have negative connotations in the media and in literature. But when I was at this low point, this breaking point, I felt my soul calling out to Lucifer for help. And it felt like a very primordial call on a soul level. So I started to call out to a deeper primordial force because I felt broken. I needed to be rebuilt. And I felt pulled towards Lucifer. And I did feel a response. It was like an instant connection that I felt like I had cut myself off from through indoctrination and through religion. And many people may do this, through, like, as I said, through indoctrination or because of religion, cutting ourselves off from different energies in the universe, other spirits, out of fear. So I called out, and instantly I felt comforted and I felt more whole as I opened myself up to something different than, what I had been exposed to before. Lucifer comes across as very straightforward when I connect with him, very blunt, and also seems to always tell the truth of what he sees, even if it's uncomfortable. Once you start building a connection with Lucifer, you'll be able to get messages telepathically during meditation, perhaps. So it is important to meditate 10 to 30 minutes or maybe even an hour a day, just to quiet your mind so that you can hear your inner voice, or perhaps just hear messages from spirit or wisdom, messages of wisdom, just to calm yourself down. And this is, I feel meditation is useful whether or not you're a spiritualist. Anyone can benefit from meditation. And so what you can do is you can meditate and connect with Lucifer with the aid of the sigil, or, even just an intention. Sometimes it's just your intention is all that's necessary. And, you'll connect with Lucifer. So as I said, Lucifer will tell you a lot of practical truths. I feel that Lucifer likes people to take responsibility for their choices and to make the best of every situation. Okay, which is really connected with alchemy. Alchemy is about, making the best out of a situation, turning turning lemons into lemonade. And I feel that Lucifer is a spirit that does try to push us into, creating some kind of alchemy in our own lives and making the best out of situations that may be considered negative. So let's say you're in a relationship and you're unhappy, but you can't leave for whatever reason. If you connect with Lucifer, he may tell you to focus on the bright side and kind of bring up the positives that you can work with. Because a lot of our decisions can be made from fear and also out of our emotional state. And so Lucifer will point out the positives that we may be ignoring in a situation. Lucifer will also guide you on your spiritual journey, especially in the beginning, but he will encourage you to branch out into other areas eventually. So when I first connected with Lucifer and I was asking, who should I work with? I suggested some gods, different gods. And telepathically, he asked me why I wasn't working with any goddesses. And at the time, I didn't really understand. But later on, I realized that it was important for me to work with different dark goddesses to really balance my own energy. Because at that time, I wasn't really comfortable with all the different aspects of my own feminine energy. Because some aspects of feminine energy are dark, destructive, and mysterious, and they can feel dangerous. And so Lucifer pointed that out. So I feel that Lucifer sees us as we really are and is not judgmental, but really wants to encourage us to kind of step out of our comfort zones and to grow. Lucifer is said to help with spiritual awakening and transformation of people, and also to help people find their callings and to walk their paths. And you can also go to demonsanddemonology.com to read more information about Lucifer there. I do feel that Lucifer is an advocate of self-empowerment and also recognize your own weaknesses. But also, I feel that Lucifer will, just like many spirits, will encourage us to grow sometimes through discomfort. So many of us on the spiritual path will kind of separate ourselves from other people. And while that can be helpful, at a certain point, it can be perhaps debilitating. It can prevent us from, jumping on new opportunities. So, I feel that Lucifer will encourage us to connect with others also. And that requires some humility, some hope, openness, and trust. So it's not always about just, about you. Yes, you want to grow, but it's not healthy to ignore other aspects of your human experience, including the social aspects. Now, I do feel that Lucifer is a spirit you can call on for pretty much anything in your life. And if Lucifer is not willing or wanting to help you with something, he will direct you to another spirit who he feels can help you. For example, I was wanting to help someone with some legal problems, and I thought about working with Belial, But I then connected with Lucifer, and Lucifer kind of asked me, why didn't I want to work with Belial? So, Lucifer was, basically, saying in a way that it would be good for me to work with Belial. But Lucifer did agree to work with me on that particular issue, the legal issue that I wanted assistance with. So, as I said, he'll recommend other spirits. Now, Lucifer is beginner friendly, in my opinion. I feel that he will not give you all the answers, however. I do feel that he'll push you to kind of figure things out for yourself at times, many times. And it is about growth, so just remember that. As far as Lucifer's appearance, from my experience, he's appeared to me in somewhat of a human form, physically and also vocally, the way he talks. I got a male energy and someone who was very modern, very savvy, very practical, and very calm and relaxed. That was the aura that I felt from Lucifer. Some people say they can see spirits in front of their naked eyes. Others, or I feel, will experience a spirit through their third eye, okay, which is your mind's eye. Now, as far as what experience I've had with Lucifer, I have worked with Lucifer on aura cleansing quite frequently, cleansing the aura, because Lucifer is connected with Venus and also the sun. And, these are very hot celestial bodies. And so I have worked with Lucifer to cleanse the energy body. Some people work with Lucifer to cleanse the energy body every day. So you can call on Lucifer to help with the cleansing candle. If you want to cleanse your aura, you want to, banish hexes, curses, clean out all negativity and all of that. As far as, how did it go working with Lucifer for, aura cleansing I feel was very successful. As far as helping with the legal issue, I feel that was a very successful outcome. It was someone else that I wanted to help. I did work with Lucifer. Now, that's not something that, everyone may choose to do. I do feel like it's helpful if you already have a relationship with Lucifer and you've been working with Lucifer for some time, okay? But that's not necessarily something that I feel Lucifer is just going to automatically help with. There are spirits that are more associated with helping legal problems, But again, aura cleansing was successful. And generally, I feel that every time I connect with Lucifer, I feel the energy there, pretty rapidly. And Lucifer is very, from what I can tell, non-judgmental and willing to hear what you have to say. Okay, so I definitely think that it's worth exploring if you so feel called to do so. Whenever you ask a spirit for help with anything, it's important to be certain about the outcome that you want. Okay, be certain about it. Your determination, your intention is very important in your craft. So be certain, so that it'll help to manifest what you're desiring. You also should be willing to put in the effort on the physical plane for whatever the issue is. So, for example, if you're looking for more money in your life, you can, connect with the spirit and ask for assistance, but then also make the efforts to bring that money to you as well. So you may have to go get a job or, find something that you can sell to make more money. And the more you sell, the more money you make. And so, so that is a physical effort that you will be putting in And the spirits will help with that. They will still help you with your physical efforts. If you want to call upon Lucifer, you can do so with meditation and intention. Just in your mind, just an intention. Hey, I'm connecting with Lucifer, and you meditate. You may play some meditation music, or you can you can say a prayer. You can write your own prayer, which can be very powerful. A couple lines, or you can find some prayers online already that are published that you can read out loud, or you can also chant the N. Lucifer has an N that I'm sure you've already heard many times by now. Renish, Tasa, Ubaraka, Biasa, Ikar, Lucifer. Pronunciation varies, but that is an N that you can repeat over and over again as long as you want. Maybe 10 times, 20 times, 100 times, 108 times, which a lot of people do 108 times. And, that can be a way to open the door. You can also, as I said, you can, say these prayers. You can add a candle, burn a candle as an offering. You can use a tea light candle, a black one or a white one or a red one, or you can burn a 7-day candle. You can anoint your candle with some frankincense, some myrrh. It doesn't have to be complicated. And so, as you have the candle burning, perhaps you're meditating, and you can take it a step further. You can print out Lucifer's sigil, which you can find on the internet. Or you can draw out the sigil, which is a sigil is like a symbol that is like a calling card of a spirit. So you can either draw it out by hand or just print it out from the internet, and you'll have the sigil there in front of you as you meditate. You can also burn some incense, and some people make offerings of their own blood. Drop of blood on the sigil or on the candle. If you're not comfortable with that, don't do it, of course. It's not a must. But some people want to build a strong connection, and so they'll offer blood. And, of course, you can safely do that with a lancet. A lancet, which is like what people use to draw blood from their fingertips. So you'd want to do that with a sterile one. Do it safely if you're going to do something like that. Those lancet diabetes lancet needles are available usually at any drugstore. But always be safe when you're doing that. Make sure it's sterile. Some people offer other body fluids, semen, vaginal fluids, period blood. It's not a must, but it's there. Some people do it. So you can go simple or you can go big. If you want to just start with a meditation, you can do it that. Some people want to offer flowers, roses, fresh roses, incense, candles, food, and and that's fine too, if you want to do that. A lot of people offer wine, beer, and all of that. So that's something that you could do: red wine, beer, or any kind of food, chocolate cake, or however you want to do it. If you want to work with Lucifer on a particular issue, understand that it may take time for the results to come through. If you're trying to meet a significant other, a partner, a life partner, that could take some time, and you'll have to put some effort into it. Going on dates, going on outings, parties, going places so you can meet someone. Spirits, especially spirit like Lucifer, can be they can be intent on strengthening us, and trying to expand us, to kind of push us to grow. And I feel like that's just universally how spirits are. When they work with humans, most of the time I feel like it's about growth and expansion, and building some kind of character, building some kind of strength. Especially if you are working with them over a period of time. If you have a serious issue going on in your life, still see a professional. Be very practical in your approach. If you have a medical issue, seek medical attention, anything like that, legal issues, you can still seek legal assistance. Whatever it is, you can still get the professional help, and then you can work with spirits alongside of that. Just to be also safe. Because you don't want to harm yourself. If perhaps you could have some delusions that aren't practical, But that's just, I feel that's common sense here. You can make an altar for Lucifer. You can put it in the east corner of your home if you want. Working with Lucifer, really you can work with Lucifer every day, but some people choose to work with Lucifer on Friday, the day of Venus, or on Sunday, day of the sun, during the daytime hours. But really, whenever you can, go for it, because I feel the days do help. I do feel that the days and the planetary, some people follow the planetary hours, and that can help, but at the same time, I feel you can work with the spirit anytime, really. Now, I do refer to Lucifer as a male most of the time, but I do feel that there's some strong feminine energy coming from Lucifer as well. So I feel that, some people, maybe they may not consider Lucifer male, but I felt a mostly male energy from Lucifer, but also a touch of feminine energy. And feminine energy can come off as that unbothered energy, carefree. Carefree energy can be attributed to feminine energy. And I feel that sometimes Lucifer does have a carefree type of energy to me. So also, when you want to work with Lucifer, really, some people may work with Lucifer one time, but some people may choose to work with Lucifer for a couple of years, a couple months. If you want to really progress in your practice, I feel that it's good to have extended work with a spirit, or more than one spirit, but really to try to commit to at least 6 months to a year of working with the spirit, if possible. Overall, I feel that Lucifer wants people generally to have a positive mindset and to transform into a kind of a more evolved version of themselves. It does appear that, Lucifer understands that not every blessing is going to look exactly the way that you want it. Not every situation that's beneficial for you will actually appear that way at first, because we have all kinds of expectations in our minds beforehand of how we want things to be. So sometimes for example, you may pray for something, you'll petition for something, you'll get something, but it doesn't look exactly the way that you thought it would look. And I feel that's kind of how it is a lot of the time when you work with spirits, generally speaking. Even if you're just really, let's say you're a Christian and you're not, you're just praying. You're not really doing any kind of rituals. But you may just be praying and, that kind of stuff for something. You get a blessing of, whatever you asked for may not look the way you wanted it to look. So I feel that's generally how things can work from the, in the spirit world when it translates into, everyday life. Things may not look exactly how you wanted them to look, but the blessing could still be there hidden. So transformation and wisdom and all those things go hand in hand, really, through these experiences that can be considered challenging or uncomfortable. So, Lucifer may not always just give you something that feels super comfortable. Your blessings or whatever you get, whatever you do end up receiving from spirits may not be exactly what you thought it would be. All right. So that's just something that I'm just throwing in there. Overall, when it comes to working with Lucifer, just, be sure about what you're desiring. Be open-minded and receptive to what does come. But I also be sure of the outcome. Just know exactly what you want. It helps so much to really be sure of what you want when you're working with spirits, like I said before. And so, if as long as you're certain, you can start working on a particular issue, whether you want to build better finances or, whatever it is that you're looking to improve. Be sure of it, and also be willing to put some effort in, a little bit of your own elbow grease into a situation, okay? Exercise patience, practice a little bit of detachment because you don't want to be too attached to the outcome. Have some faith, a little bit of, a little bit of faith and belief that things will work out so that you're not hyper-focused on the outcome that you're desiring. It's just a way of letting go so you can just kind of still relax and live your life while also, clearing out an issue, working on an issue, resolving an issue, whatever it is. Yes, that being said, that really concludes my summary and discussion on Lucifer. I hope this is helpful. If you have any questions, you can post it in the comment section. And thank you for listening, and I wish you lots of success on your ascent. Be well.